right, good morning. Day in the life of a part-time gigging musician. I am heading out to Burr Ridge, Illinois this morning, where I play at a semi-upscale restaurant called the Hampton Social. They have 5 locations in Chicagoland, of which I am a fill-in player. So most of it is residencies, of which they have music 7 days a week. On the weekends, it's multiple times a day. And there's resident musicians that, like everybody in life, you can't make it every time. So I can't commit to residencies. Like I said, I'm part-time. I got a full-time job outside of music. So what I do is I pick up the slack sometimes if it works with my schedule, and it keeps me actually very busy. I've been doing probably about 120 to 140 gigs a year, and this one makes up, it could be sometimes 30 to 50% of them. So that's where I'm heading this morning. Should be a good time. Quick little 2-hour set while people eat. Nobody really pays attention to you. Keep it upbeat, keep it snappy. Should be good. All right, here it is up here on the right. I actually prefer this location out of the other ones because they got this parking garage here, and I don't got to deal with trying to find parking.
Oh, cool. Are you just setting up?
Yeah, let's go.
Perfect timing. What time do you start?
Like 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
cool.
11:30 to 1:30.
Oh, nice. Make some special requests.
You have special requests?
Can I make a couple?
What do you like?
I like pumpkins and Coldplay.
Okay, cool.
Can you do some?
I absolutely can.
Here. Play as many as you can.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You normally have a jar here anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for you.
I'm just setting up, so I haven't put it out yet. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Rarely do I start with a pre-start tip. So I guess I'm playing all Coldplay and Smashing Pumpkins. All right, let's talk about the setup in this place. This is one of the few locations I play with an in-house system. It's got a bunch of speakers throughout the restaurant in multiple zones, and management controls the volume. There's an XLR input that's on the wall. They provide a monitor, and they're supposed to provide everything, but the only thing I use here is basically the monitor. I'll use my own Yamaha MG6X mixer, and I'll plug into the mixer. The output goes right into the XLR on the wall, and then I take the headphone out and I put it to the monitor so I can just hear myself in this area that I play. The weird thing about this place that took getting used to is that when a signal goes into the house system, it will cut the house music, which is good because you don't have to flag down management when you're ready to start or when you're stopping. The bad is that house music will come on if you stop for like 3 seconds. So it's really changed how I play, where I do a lot of loops and I basically have no downtime in between any songs. Sometimes what you do is you make sure that they see you packing up. So some people are eating dinner, lunch or whatever, they didn't come up and tip, but if they see you on the walk out, they'll come tip you. Bleed them out for a couple more bucks, Hey, I'm walking out, and this is JD who just walked in. He's a good buddy here. He's gonna take over and do it right. Bye. All right, so you saw JD when I was leaving Hampton Social. He's got a couple residencies there. He plays the 2 p.m. on Saturday. So they got 2 spots on Saturday. They got 3 of them on Sunday, and I got 1 of them tomorrow morning at that same location. So I'll document that thing too. I got a double header today, so we're leaving that. It was a pretty good gig. They ended up turning on one of the speakers to make it kind of louder when I was playing. So you get a little more crowd participation. Got some good tips, made about 60 bucks in tips, which that place is very random with tipping. I've gotten 0 and I've gotten like 180 in the past, so it's all over the place. So 60 is pretty good. And I'm on my way home now. Playing another gig tonight at 8 o'clock, Griffith, Indiana. I don't try to do the double headers very much because I got 2 little kids, 2 dogs. It's a lot, man. It's a lot of my time. So we'll chat a little bit when we're heading out to Griffith.
keys.
How we doing, folks? Second gig of the day. Driving out to Griffith, Indiana, which is a couple towns over. Playing at a newer place, Broad Street Tavern. Playing 8 to 11 p.m. Not too bad. I don't like being out past midnight because I'm old. But this should be okay. I think I'm going to have a couple friends from out of town popping around because it's the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. But excited to play with my buddy Colin Stage tonight. He's a fantastic guitarist. Anything he can do to make the better solos and I don't got to worry about it. What does that mean? But yeah, looking forward to a pretty good night playing in a new place. Hopefully we make a good impression and we'll play more here in the future. Welcome to Griffith. Hey, Colin.
Scared.
Is there a back door?
Yeah, right there. We're all the way at the front though, but
Where there's no parking?
no parking.
Okay.
There's like 7 people.
Soon to be 8. So when I play with Colin, I already know that I'm going to be running the sound, but it's usually a toss-up who's going to bring the PA. So I called him beforehand and I said, you want me to bring mine or what are you bringing? He said, don't worry about it. I'll bring the PA. Easy for me. I brought the same setup that I had earlier at that restaurant gig, and all I had to do was plug into the mixer that he brought. I was very surprised to see he brought this linear array that I sold him and his sister last year when I upgraded. This is an LD Systems Maui 5 Go, which has a battery backup if you need it. Nice little unit, throws sound very well. It's one of those pieces that after I sold it, I was like, man, I wish I still had it. But to be honest, I wasn't really using it that much once I got the EV, and I still got to use it again at this gig, so it was good to hear myself through it again. It sounds great. I recommend it if you need a small linear array. Post-gig recap. Not a lot of people. They actually asked if we wanted to call it an early night, and we were about to pull the plug, which sucks when that happens, but then a bunch of people came in, so we just kept playing and did our normal thing. So ended up being pretty good. A lot of people, they liked what we were doing. They said they want to have us back, so that's good. Made a few tips, got to play with Colin. I had a great time. Saw some friends from out of town. They came out, did some dancing, singing along. All was good. So I guess that's good. Kind of threw my voice out. That sucks. I got a gig tomorrow morning at 11:30 at brunch. Same place as earlier today, Hampton Social. So hopefully I am in some capacity to actually play tomorrow with a bad voice. So, well, is what it is. A little late for me right now. It's 11:45 p.m., which is freaking nuts. I like to be in bed by 10:30. Okay, what's on the agenda for today? We are heading back to the Hampton Social in Burr Ridge, Illinois for another 11:30 brunch set, 11:30 to 1:30. And let me tell you, I don't feel great today. I don't drink, so I'm not hungover, but I do get sinus congestion that makes me feel like I'm hungover, which sucks, to be honest. So when I have a later night and it's loud, like, so if I go to concerts or if I play a loud gig with drummers and stuff like that, I get super congested the next morning. It's very weird. I'm sure it's all, related to inner ear fluids and things like that. But definitely congested this morning, so I'm probably going to be singing as much low range songs as I can today. Back here setting up again. JD was the only person who played since I was at this last, and all the cables were exactly where I left them, which is awesome. So I'm just doing the same setup I did the day before here. It goes quick. I usually give myself 5 to 10 minutes before I play, and that's all I need.
All right, folks, have a great afternoon. I am Paul, and I am done, so have a good one.
Thanks, man. Oh, you could hear me over there. I know they got to pump it through the speakers, but sometimes they can be so low. Oh, I try to just make it as wide as I can, because you never know. Appreciate it so much. All right, that one went pretty well for me being in rough shape on my voice. Kind of got okay after I had some tea and stuff. So easy 2-hour set. It was kind of slow in there, but I made some tips. I think I got 40 in tips. I got a Venmo link on my tip bucket, and it works pretty good for getting tips. But the thing is, if somebody is like not friends with you or follows you on Venmo or something like this, it always asks them to ask or to put in the 4 digits of the phone number of the person you're trying to Venmo. So I put these 4 digits right on the tip bucket, and you could just tell that it's just a security feature of Venmo to make it where you don't accidentally send money to somebody. You can ignore it. If you use Venmo, you may get that message, you could just ignore it. But a lot of people get it and they don't know what to do. So sometimes they ask me, they're like, oh, do you know what I do here? And it took me a couple times to realize. Now I just wrote the last 4 digits of my cell phone number right on my tip bucket. But it's such an extra step hassle, because sometimes people will scan the QR code and they'll keep walking, and then I'll notice when they're like by the door 10 steps away, they're like, oh, what is this now? And then most of the time when that happens, I end up not getting a tip from those people, because it's just a step that sometimes they're just like, it's not worth it. But it worked today, so that's okay. I mean, it's just another thing that helps make a few bucks more. Technology. I played at some places with younger crowds where nobody ever tips in cash at all. I've had like all Venmo tips, so it works out. It's worth having. Just a little bit of nuance, but pretty good gig. So that's it. That's been like how many hours was that? I think we chronicled about 27 hours of me playing 3 gigs in 27 hours. So in the summer, that's not crazy. In the winter, I'm definitely out of shape right now for music. My voice is raspy, as you can probably tell. So that's what it's like. Now on to living my life outside of music. Got a couple more gigs later this week. But that's it. Life as a middle-aged man who plays music semi-pro. Catch you next time.